Hello everyone, I'm Trisha, it's me Jenny, and it's time for another not naked video response to Trisha Hershberger's series Naked Truth, where we talk as candidly and as truthfully as possible about a subject of her choosing, straight out the shower, no makeup, sopping wet hair, first take, one take, and most people choose to do it naked, but I choose not to, but either way it's not a sexual, provocative thing, it is a being honest and vulnerable on camera thing, and today's subject is Snapchat, which I don't know how well it came up on camera, but there we go, my opinion on it. What I use Snapchat for generally is I kind of view Snapchat for me personally as a sort of like think of you card, in the most kind of simplified way possible, where a lot of my friends live in America or abroad or whatever, and my sisters live away from home, so when I see something and I think of someone and I want to be like, hey, they would like this babushka doll, or these adorable socks, or that animal's really cute and my sister would really like that, or, you know, something to do with Star Wars and some of my nerdy American friends would really like that, I can literally just send them a picture or send them a thing, and it's a very kind of simple, very streamlined way of saying thinking of you, or this made me think of you, and that's how I tend to use Snapchat. And as someone who is quite firmly central into the middle of the millennials, I was 92, and therefore I'm, you know, almost perfectly in the 10-year boundary of what makes a millennial according to Trisha's definition, which is not one that I've heard before, but I'll go with it. I consider myself to be quite old-fashioned and technologically illiterate for the most part. Like, I can do some graphic designs, and I can do YouTube, and I can do Twitter, and I can do a lot of things, and I can guide my mum through Excel and do some formatting, and I can use computers as well as I need to, but I wouldn't consider myself technologically literate. I haven't worked out how to use any of the facial things on Snapchat, and I haven't worked out a lot of the things that a lot of my sisters have worked out in terms of technology. It always takes me a couple of years or a couple of months to kind of get to grips with new things, and I know I do a lot more than a lot of people, but I have no idea about coding, I have no idea about phone apps. Like, I literally, my phone is the most basic phone I can possibly get. I don't even have a forward-facing camera, which makes Snapchat slightly more complicated, as I kind of have to guess where the film button is and just kind of hope that I'm in frame. And there's a lot of little things like that, though I don't consider myself particularly technically literate. So as a millennial, which again I hate that word, it feels odd to me that it's such a kind of direct thing. Do I think Snapchat's going to be the next big social media platform? Not particularly, in that language is very evolving. It never really stays put in one place. Technology is similarly ever evolving at a rate that we've never seen before, and that's kind of like what I believe millennials are going to be known for in the future, is the generation that is both positively and negatively affected by this sharp increase in technological availability. And I feel like with Snapchat, if you are going to, with any technology, if that's going to be the next big thing, it needs to be incredibly flexible. It needs to be consistent and yet incredibly flexible and evolve with every week, with every month. And Snapchat is a very simple premise, and I've got the feeling that its premise as a new and unique thing is very positive and will affect communication in the future, but I don't think Snapchat itself is going to last a very long time. I think the idea of instant photo messaging is going to be something that will come into play a lot more in social media. I feel like that sort of thing will come into place, but it will come into place in a different way. It will get bought out by a different company and used in a different way. It'll get manipulated in some other format, because that's the nature of technology and that's the nature of language, and this is, in its most basic form, international internet communication. It is social media, so I think it is going to evolve rapidly and in ways that we can't expect. I don't think it's the next big thing. I think it will progress to a certain point and then evolve, whether or not that's Snapchat evolving or a company that uses the premise and evolves with it, I don't know. I think one of the things that I would like to see Snapchat used for, which I don't think it has been done, I do find it's really useful in terms of things like live notifications. So, you know, when you, Trisha, stream something new, or when Phil streams something, he will post a video saying up now. And because of the way that it works as a format, you can post it and it'll only be up for the time that you want it to be, which means that you don't get that kind of backlog of, oh, is it still live? Oh no, type thing, that you can get with other social medias. You kind of alleviate that disappointment in having actually up to date and then cancel and disappear. Similarly, I'd like to see it used for things like natural disaster awareness or terrorist attack awareness. Not that I hope for either of those things, but I think the way that it's formatted and the way that it's structured, it can just be an up-to-date, public service announcement type thing that then is deleted, so that if something develops or if something changes, it's not people getting misinformed due to the backside of history. And the way that internet communication is so up-to-date and so fast, it does work in many, many ways, because it means that you don't have that dread of having gone on holiday for a week and then having to sort through 300 emails. With Snapchat, it comes and the next thing comes in. You are always only have the top most recent thing to look at. You don't have any other backlog, which is incredibly useful and really rather refreshing as a media format. So I feel like that's a really, really useful thing that Snapchat does extraordinarily well, and I feel like it will change how the internet develops. I can see that premise being used in other formats, for example YouTube videos, when it comes to your subscription box. And my camera ran out of battery because I haven't charged it since getting home, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm sorry for the huge drop in quality, but I want to just finish my train of thought, which I've lost because that's the default setting. Yeah, Snapchat, I use it. I don't feel like I use it particularly well, but I feel like it is a very useful tool, and I'll be interested to see how it develops throughout the generations. Yeah, thank you for watching. Feel free to comment if you use Snapchat in a new and interesting way. I have never personally received any genital pictures of any kind, and I'm very glad for that. I, only use it to communicate with friends or people that I respect won't send me that sort of content. I think it's a very interesting, useful bit of technology, and I'm interested to see how it will develop in the future. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Feel free to comment. Thank you, Trisha. I'm going to send you a Snapchat as soon as this video is posted, just to prove that I've sent it to you, because I'm so bad. So bad. I'm sorry, I just want to do that because my hair's in frame for once. I'm so bad at actually sending you these things. So I'm going to send you a Snapchat as confirmation that I've emailed this to you once it is emailed to you. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry for the sudden drop in quality and visuals and everything, and the fact that my face is probably reversed on what you're used to. It's weird. Yeah. Have a lovely day. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next week for another Naked Truth, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another daily vlog of some kind. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.